Hi everyone, I am Anubhuti Gupta and this is the demo video for the assignment that I was supposed to submit. As part of which, I had to build a CS messaging web app which basically allows the agents of the brand international to respond to the customer queries that are incoming over the web app. So initially, these message queries are given to me as dummy data, which I had to feed into the database of my own choice. And after that, I had connected that database to my React web app so that it can act as an endpoint from where my web app can fetch the message queries given by the customers. And also, that could act as an endpoint for the agents to send the responses to the corresponding message queries. So let's quickly look into my VS Code. I will open my new terminal and I will start my app using npm run dev. As you can see that the server and client, both the applications are starting by this command, and this is the UI that the agent sees when he enters our application. So as part of one of the extra features that I could implement, I have used the socket.io WebSocket so that the user and the customer can have an individual room where they can chat with each other, and the customers can get their queries resolved by the agents over there, and also so that the messages can surface in the real time to the agent. So initially I have not implemented this room id functionality, but this app can be extended so that the customer and the agent can have an individual room to chat with. So I will implement the role agent and I will enter a random room ID and I will click on start responding to the customer queries. And as you can see, this is the UI that I have been shown after that. So I will click on see new query and this is the query that surfaces over here. And I will give a response, say for example, okay, which is of course not the ideal response. The agents would know better. And I will click the enter key and the response has been sent. So had this chat gone long, I have also provided this scroll functionality. Let's quickly see this into our MongoDB. So MongoDB is the database that I have used to feed the data. And as you can see, I have used two extra fields, one being response and other being is answered. So response basically stands for the response that the agent is going to send for the corresponding customer query, and is answered basically acts as a boolean flag so that the customer query can be marked as answered or not, so that another agent does not see the same query which has already been answered by someone else. So I will quickly refresh this, and as you can see that for this query the response has been set and it has also been set to true. Now what if, so now this response has been given, I will click on see new query and this is the new query that comes in. As part of another extra feature that I could develop, I have also surfaced the extra information about the user over here as the user ID as of now only. And I will click on another response and now I will use this send button to do this. Now as you can see in the database that this has been answered. Now what if another user or the agent enters our application? So I will quickly paste the URL and this is the okay. So I will enter as agent and I will enter some random room ID and I will click on see new query. So as you can see that I have been surfaced with a new query because which is after this query because this has already been answered. So yeah, this was the solution that I have developed to the best of my knowledge for the assignment that was given to me. So I have built the messaging web app with the API endpoints. So as you can see in the servers file that I have developed, I will quickly move this terminal to the end, and these are the API requests that I have made. Number one being for fetching the message queries from the database, and number two being a put query so that the agent can feed the response to the corresponding query to our database as well. Moving further, I have used the MongoDB database in order to feed the data. And really sorry, but this project is running on my machine only as of now. But I have mentioned all the dependencies to run this on a local other machine in the GitHub readme.md file. And as for the extra features that I could develop, so basically, to the best of my knowledge, basically for first feature, basically I have introduced an is answered boolean flag, so that the same customer query should not be shown to the agents which has already been answered. And apart from which, I have basically used this feature, I have surfaced additional information about the customers being user ID only as of now. And another that I have basically made the agent UI or the customer facing UI using the socket.io dependency. And yeah, that is also that basically the customer queries are surfacing in the real time. And as I already mentioned, this web app can be extended because I have implemented the room functionality, so that a customer and an agent can have an individual chat between themselves as well. Thank you so much.